So we got a Houston Rockets video one day before the trade deadline. I am recording this on Wednesday, one day before the trade deadline. So you guys are probably going to see this on Thursday, and it ends at 3 o'clock my time, which is Mountain Standard Time. So you guys can figure that out based on time zone. But we do have a PJ Washington to the Houston Rockets trade idea, and this is probably going to be the last one before the trade deadline, obviously. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna pump out more of these videos, and let's talk about it. I mean, PJ Washington to the Houston Rockets, they've been linked. The Rockets have been interested in PJ Washington, but yeah, I mean, we're gonna get into the video talking about Washington to the Houston Rockets. So if you like this type of content, drop a like down below and press the sub button. I'd appreciate it. Support has been crazy, man. So I appreciate all you guys out there for watching the videos. It's been very fun to record videos as of late. So yeah, I mean, getting into the video, PJ Washington to the Houston Rockets. So this one's very interesting. And the reason this is interesting is because PJ Washington can actually run the small ball five. You know, he is standing at around 6'7", 230 pounds, 23 years old. So he fits in with the time frame right off the bat. And honestly, he's one of my more favorite trade prospects for the Houston Rockets. So getting into his, overall stats, 10 points per game, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Nothing too great. He is averaging around 24 minutes per game on 45 from the field and 39 from 3, which is the key thing in his game that the Houston Rockets are going to need. So I think we'll start off by talking about why PJ Washington would fit in with the Houston Rockets. So the real reason I see this trade being a possibility for the Rockets is because Christian Wood, as great as he isn't a player that can really change the Houston Rockets. As horrible as that sounds, Christian Wood isn't he isn't really a team player. There were a lot of instances last game where Jalen Green was straight open and he wouldn't pass it to Jalen Green, Christian Wood, because he wants to take the ball, he wants to play hero ball, he wants to do everything by himself, and it's not working, Christian Wood is actually averaging some pretty great numbers, 18 points per game and 10 rebounds on around 48 from the field and 37 from 3. But these are all basically just empty stats on a bad team. It doesn't make any sense why the Houston Rockets would keep Christian Wood past his contract. And as brutal as that sounds, I think it's pretty much true at this point. He is 6'9", 214 pounds. He is our center. So it is a little bit of a downgrade from Christian Wood by getting PJ Washington. Washington's way shorter than him, 2 inches shorter, but I think he could run the small ball five, kind of like a PJ Tucker type of thing, but a little bit better because he is a little bit taller, has more weight to him, and is 23 years old. So getting into the fit for PJ Washington, starting five would definitely be KPJ, Jalen Green. I would say Jae'sean Tate, and then we run a double big lineup of Washington and Şengün, which makes sense. You can run Şengün at the 5, PJ Washington at the 4, Jae'sean Tate at the 3. Spacing, a little bit iffy between Tate and Şengün, but with Washington there, it'd be way more easy to stretch the floor. He is someone that can stretch the floor 39%, like I said at the beginning of the video. But yeah, I mean, him being able to stretch the floor and do the pick and roll, just like Christian Wood, is honestly really beneficial. We can get him at a pretty low price too, So I have a trade here. It involves Christian Wood, so the Houston Rockets would receive PJ Washington, Nick Richards, and James Bouknight. Yes, James Bouknight in exchange for Christian Wood. So we'll get into the Rocket side of things for this trade. Washington, obviously, for the small ball 5/floor spacing and the pick and roll. Nick Richards, I don't know too much about him. He is listed as a center, so off the bench, we could get another center that can play, because as of right now, Daniel Theis doesn't play. So getting Nick Richards off the bench could help us in the long run. And finally, James Bouknight, who is a pretty interesting prospect. Obviously, he is a rookie, so if you look at his overall stats right now, I think he hasn't been playing too much this season. And I think he has a lot of potential. Coming into the draft, I think he was one of my more favorite prospects. And over the season, he's averaging around 5 points per game, 2 rebounds, and borderline 1 assist, 0.8 assists. 6'4", 190 pounds, 21 years old. He has a lot of potential to become a good 6-man. The problem with him is that he isn't getting a lot of minutes, only 10 minutes per game this season. I don't know. If he comes to the Houston Rockets, he could get some more run. The problem with that is that I want to see some Daishen Nix minutes, and he's more of a 1-2 guy. Same thing with James Bouknight, so fit-wise would be pretty difficult. But if we can run Jae'sean at the 3, then that would be even better because, you know, Jae'sean, he can obviously pass the ball, steal. But yeah, I mean, James Bouknight alongside Josh Christopher would be an absolutely electrifying duo off the bench. The Houston Rockets would get a lot more popularity with this trade. You know, James Bouknight, PJ Washington, we're getting all these pretty big names in trade talks, and I think it could bring some more viewership to the Houston Rockets. Now, looking at the Hornets side of things, they have been missing a center for a long time. Mason Plumlee is basically just not the answer for this team. And by getting Christian Wood, who is an offensive monster, someone that can grab double-doubles, you know, can be a 21-10 guy at best, I think Christian Wood would fit on this team very well. Alongside LaMelo Ball, too, because the pick and roll, we know Christian Wood, one of the best pick and roll players in the league, and him alongside LaMelo Ball, I think he could turn him into a 20 points per game scorer. So I really like the fit on the Hornets. It'd probably be LaMelo Ball at the 1, Terry Rozier at the 2, Hayward 3. At the 4, I'm not too sure who plays the 4 for the Charlotte Hornets. I'm going to have to search that up. But so the starting 5 would probably be LaMelo Ball, Terry Rozier, Gordon Hayward, Miles Bridges, and Christian Wood. That's a solid starting 5 and possibly a playoff team. So yeah, Christian Wood provides a lot for this Charlotte Hornets team. Rebounding is a huge issue for this team because they don't have a 7-footer. Now, Christian Wood is 6'9", but he is able to grab a lot of rebounds. So I like the fit with Christian Wood on the Charlotte Hornets. He can stretch the floor too. So it just makes a lot of sense that the Houston Rockets trade Christian Wood for PJ Washington. And they have been linked, like I said at the beginning of the video, they have been interested in PJ Washington. So hopefully we'll see some trades soon. We have a lot more trades coming in the next few hours, I want to say. Hopefully we do. Hopefully we trade Eric Gordon. Hopefully we trade Christian Wood. We have a lot of guys on the trade block right now. Augustine. We got David Nwaba, Daniel Tice. I hope most of these players are gone by 3 o'clock my time tomorrow. And honestly, the Houston Rockets, this is the first time I've seen them pretty much active since last season. You know, they did have James Harden, the James Harden trade, obviously. Victor Oladipo trade, the KPJ trade, basically. And looking at it right now, if they start making a lot of moves in one day, it's going to be amazing. Content, absolutely amazing. Christian Wood, if we see a Christian Wood move, I would be surprised. I think a couple of weeks ago, Christian Wood said that he didn't want to leave Houston, and I think it's a possibility that he does stay. But if he gets moved, I mean, I'm going to miss him. I'm definitely going to miss him. He definitely saved this franchise last season. He signed a 3-year, $41 million deal. And to say the least, I think he saved the franchise because if we didn't attract Christian Wood, there was just no shot that the Rockets would even have a possibility of trading Christian Wood for pieces and honestly just getting a lot more pieces back. But yeah, I mean, hopefully we get to see some Houston Rockets news soon about trades, and hopefully we can see some trades happening about Eric Gordon and Christian Wood. So that's the video. I'm JDC, and I'm out. Peace.